Well, I've certainly come a long way since the last video I posted. I believe that was doing the rough plumbing. So at this point, we are actually ready to pour concrete. So I'll do a little walkthrough of what we've done and where we're at. Concrete, it is, what is it, Tuesday now. Concrete's coming Friday. Just a few little minor things to finish up, but we're ready. So we've done quite a bit. I finished, like I said, I left off doing the rough plumbing in the last video. So we've completed the rough plumbing, stubbed everything up for all the bathrooms and kitchen area and utility rooms, floor drains, all that. We also went ahead and in the garage area here, this is a big 3-car garage, we put a linear drain. This is all about 36 feet long, so, and we did 30 feet of drain. So that'll, as they pull the cars in and the snow melts off, it'll be able to go right down in. And we put a drain over here out, which will go into the swale over there and drain out. We've set, as far as plumbing, we've set all of our trap boxes for the tubs. Just have to finish, basically all I really have left to do is just finish spray foaming a few areas here and there. But we've set all those in place so that we can set the traps later. This is an area where I'm actually going to be doing a custom shower so that it's not raised up. When you walk into it, it'll actually pitch down into the floor. So we're not going to pour concrete in this area. I'm actually going to just do a base later on and finish that with what's called like a faux concrete. So the whole thing will look concrete. I'm going to build a custom tub over there out of fake concrete. It's basically like a mortar meant to look like the finish of concrete. So when it's all said and done, it'll transition nice from the finished concrete floor into here. It'll all look like one. There'll obviously be more videos on that because it's a little hard to explain now, but you'll see it later. So I went ahead and made the form, spray foamed under anywhere so concrete doesn't sneak under there. We did all our plumbing. We got all the wire mesh down. As you can see, we have all our radiant tubing. So what I did for the radiant was all of our loops are stuck up over there. So I put a single zone with multiple, there's 4 loops in the garage, but that'll be all in a single zone to heat the entire garage. I'm stubbing up that manifold. Either there's a pantry, or I'm sorry, a walk-in closet that'll be in this area for when you walk into the house. We decided to do a big walk-in closet instead of just small closet doors. By the time you have all your jackets and winter gear and boots and all that, I thought, why not just build a big giant walk-in closet? So my thought is actually either hide the manifold in the wall of either the garage or the closet, or I could continue the loops up and over to the utility room. I'm going to just walk over on here, so it might be a little noisy walking on all this wire mesh. So here's our loops stubbed up. I'm actually in the process of pressurizing them. I'm just going to go and grab one elbow that I'm missing here to be able to connect to that. So we'll connect that, pressurize that. The garage one is already pressurized. That's been holding air, so we know there's no issues. We'll keep that pressurized during the whole concrete pour, so that if there is a problem, you'll see it bubbling up through. We could throw a coupling in there to repair it if necessary. I've never had one where I've had to do that. But just in case, you want to be keeping an eye on that. So what I did was I split up the radiant into 3 main zones. One being the kitchen, living room area, as that will have a lot of glass. There's 4 sliding glass doors. There's 3 9-foot sliding glass doors along this wall. There's 2 kitchen windows above the counters, and then there's a slider over here to exit out the back. So a lot of glass out there, which in the winter will have more heat loss than the rest of the house. So you certainly don't want to put those on the same zone. That entire area will have its own thermostat. Then I have the bedroom, bathroom, which is like the north wing of the home. It's all set up right now to be controlled by one manifold because a single pump can easily handle all the amount of loops I have. However, I distributed the PEX throughout each bedroom. What I did was the master bedroom is in the back. I ran a specific loop for the master bedroom, 1 loop for the entire bathroom area, and then there's a bedroom, a bathroom, and a laundry room. I put that on its own zone. And there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. I put that on one zone. I put the hallway on a zone. So eventually, if I want to, even though we have 3 manifolds, you could buy actuators and actually install the actuators on each loop and control each of them by a thermostat. So I wanted to set it up so in the future I have the ability to break up each room. Now there is some thought behind that where heat is going to try to migrate to cold areas in the slab. So if you think about one giant concrete slab, if you have smaller rooms, even though you're heating one room with a loop, it's going to try and creep that heat into the next room. So you certainly can break it down into what's called microzones, which is what I did here. But the plan is likely to probably just keep this whole area on one zone. Realistically, this house is going to take nothing to heat. We're doing completely spray foam. As you can see, we're well insulated on the bottom. Our footer forms, everything is going to be spray foamed on the walls and the ceiling. So we'll have absolutely no problem retaining heat in this building. Sometimes you'll just get a room that's just generally warmer or colder than the other. So that's why I'm leaving the room and I installed the PEX in the way that I can adjust later if I need to. Like I said, the garage is on its own zone over there. So that's where we're at. I guess I'll just give a quick walkthrough of what the house layout is. So entrance door will be here. So you'll come into a covered roofed area here, into an entrance into the home. There will also be another door that'll lead directly into the garage. And from the inside of the house, there will be a door going to the garage. My thought was, generally you'll be coming in the main door. Sometimes you'll want to jump out of your car. The garage doors are closed in the winter. You just want to pop outside, do something out there. I wanted a quick exit so that I didn't have to come through two doors. We're going to install a door there. There's going to be the garage home door that'll be fire rated. That'll separate the home from the garage there. You'll walk directly in from this entranceway. First thing you'll see is a door for the walk-in closet I mentioned previously. It's pretty big, about 10 feet by 10. The next area we have here, you'll see that there's a floor drain. This is actually going to be the room for the dogs. So we have, they'll have their own room that's about 8 by 10. They'll just lay freely in there. We'll have some crates in there if they'd like to sleep in there. We usually do crate our dogs. The thought behind this entire thing is that our current home, they sleep downstairs in their beds. So they come in the house, they have to walk through our kitchen, down the steps, and the basement is theirs. And the problem is that tracks in a lot of mud, a lot of dirt. So the first thing I thought of, and we'll likely always have dogs in our life, is build a dog room with its own separate entrance off the back. So when we let them out, they could do their thing, come in. If it's rainy and muddy, they could come right into this room, lay on their beds, be as dirty, muddy as they want. I'm going to completely waterproof this room. And again, the floor drains there. We're going to pitch that down. So if need be, I could bathe them right in there. And the nice thing about radiant floors is that will evaporate very quickly. We're actually going to have our ERV with a moisture detector to be able to pull any moisture out of the room, just like we'll have in any of the bathrooms. So ideally, I'm just making that so it could get as dirty and nasty as possible if needed. And we could always just hose it down or wash it away. And like I said, separate entrance for the dogs. So you'll have a hallway running this way and a dog's entrance right there. The next room will be and I apologize for sniffling and I'm coughing a little bit. My allergies are really perking up here, standing in this field with everything blowing at me. So again, apologies, but bear with me. So utilities will be right here. We'll walk into the utility room. These are some vents, and this will actually be the feed over to the island. So that's going to pop up right where the breaker panel is going to be mounted on the wall. Our service entry feed will be right in here, feed into the panel. This is our water feed into the home. You'll see some PEX lines right here, the red and the blue, and what those are is actually the hot and cold that are going to run over to the island that's stub up over there. So I'll get over there soon, but basically they just run in a conduit. What's nice about running them in conduit, I have a 1/2-inch pipe and 1-inch conduit, and you can easily pull these through. So if there's ever an issue or anything, you could completely pull the PEX through and replace it if need be. Very good idea. A lot of slab homes are just built with the PEX buried under the concrete. Likely it will be fine for the life of the home, but why not just add for a few bucks extra security to be able to pull one if you need to. Again, all our loops coming up, this will be where the manifolds are mounted for the main parts of the home. As I said earlier, the garage one's over there. We have another floor drain in here because it is the utility room. The boiler will be mounted on this wall that'll be right here. So in case there's ever a leak or anything, it'll be able to drain this entire area. We'll pitch that down. That's set about an inch lower, just so the dog room and this one's set about an inch lower, so we'll pitch everything inward. Here we have a condensation drain for the boilers, condensate drain. That'll be where we'll drain the the air conditioning, the dehumidifier, and the boiler all into this drain right here. This is just a vent for that drain and the floor. We have a powder room, so I'll just walk back around here, so tripping over the mesh. So this will be where, like I said, you'll walk into the utility closet. Here will be the hallway leading to the kitchen. And if you turn around here, this hallway will break off into the bedrooms and bathrooms. So here will just be a small powder room, toilet, sink, very simple. Just so there's a quick short trip to a bathroom off of the kitchen and living room. As we continue in here, this will open up now into the great room, I guess, which will be the living room, kitchen. Back against that wall will be the TV fireplace area, the big sliding glass doors along there, the kitchen counters here, big island right here, big at least 4x8 island will be stationed here. So I have built into this my drain for the sink, my vent for the sink. I ran two 12 amps, or I'm sorry, 220 amp circuits with 12 gauge wire for the island, so and the PEX coming up for the hot and cold. So I'm having two circuits here because the idea is that we're going to have we're going to have outlets, receptacles in the island. We're going to have a small refrigerator underneath there. We're going to have the dishwasher, garbage disposal, all that. So two 20 amp circuits just for the island. We're of course going to have a lot of electrical just for the kitchen and all these areas. We'll get to that later in later videos. So there's actually also going to be a walk-in pantry here between the if you kind of envision the island starting here, you'll have at least a 3.5 foot walkway into the main kitchen area, and off this will be jutting into the pantry. This vent for the island is just running under and popping up into the pantry wall. So this area will be the walk-in pantry. We're actually going to be putting our refrigerator and our oven in the pantry, as well as shelving and cabinets in there. All we're going to have in the kitchen main area is, like I said, the island with a small mini fridge under there, dishwasher, sink in the island, and along there will be 5 36-inch cabinets, all just double drawers with actually triple drawers inside of them, and just a single cooktop and a range hood. So it'll look very modern, very clean, and everything will be tucked away into the pantry, which is pretty easy access. I mean, right now it'll actually be shorter walk than where our fridge in our current home is. So it may seem a little abnormal to have it that way, but if you think things through and think about how you really use your kitchen, it's definitely doable. Just it really comes down to personal preference and what you like. So again, this is the big great room area where we'll have big kitchen table, big couch, TV area, and the big glass sliders along here. The thought behind the big sliders is that this will in the future be our walkout patio, the in-ground pool area. We're going to have outdoor kitchen. So we really wanted a big entertaining area right off the kitchen, easy access to walk right from the kitchen, bring food right outdoors, same level and everything. And you know, that's the thought behind that. Walking into this wing, again, we'll walk back down the hallway. You'll be able to kick this way and it'll just be a long hallway. And at the very end will be the door to the master bedroom and bathroom. We have a bedroom here. To the right we have a kids playroom that it's just a smaller room, but again, the thought behind that is there's going to be a door into the living room area, which that way the kids can play in here. If we're entertaining in the kitchen or living room, they could sort of have their own area and entertain themselves while we're having fun in there. So, and they could just pop back and forth. So there will be another door over here into the hallway with easy access from this hallway and walk through. One thing I didn't mention too is this entire house is going to have attic trusses. So we'll have an entire living area above the entire house, as well as 2 bays of the garage. The third bay is going to be using scissor trusses so that I can bring the skid steer in or install a lift later and be able to have height access. So I just installed attic trusses for the first 2 bays. So that'll give us tons and tons of storage. It actually equates to 1,500 square feet of additional attic space, along with the 2,800 of living space down here. Total, the house with the garage is 3,600. So there will be a set of spiral staircases. Well, there'll be 2 in this home. One in the living room area for access above that whole area, and one in the master bedroom back there. So the thought behind that is that the kids eventually can have their whole area upstairs here and playroom, additional space And then we'll be able to have this entire area up here for office. And I actually am running, which this pipe sticking up right here is 3-inch, that will run up through the bedroom wall that's right here, and that'll access or give us access to be able to install a bathroom or multiple bathrooms upstairs later. So I just went ahead and thought about adding that, because you can't add something like that later. So we have another bathroom off here. This is almost like a mini master bathroom off of this bedroom. So this bedroom will have its own bathroom, whereas this bathroom will be shared in the hallway by a bedroom there and a bedroom here. Walking down the hall further, as I said, you'll enter the master bedroom. Oh, the laundry room will actually be off the back of this, so we're going to use that 2-inch pipe for not only the bathroom sink and laundry drain, as well as the vent for that. So small laundry room here, so that way the laundry is located as close to the bedrooms as possible. Not a far walk at all, especially from the master. Walking right out the main door and right into the laundry room. Doesn't get any better than that. I might even cut a small hole between my bedroom and the laundry room, so I can throw my clothes and towels right directly in there. So this will be the entire master bedroom. We're going to have a sliding glass door right off there to be able to access the pool area as well. You'll be able to access the master bathroom through here, and this will be a walk-in closet on this side, and you'll walk directly into here. Big vanity in here with a double sink, and this will enter the shower. We have a toilet off here that'll be walled off for privacy, and then you'll walk directly into the shower and tub area. So that's the quick tour of the house. I guess one thing I didn't mention too is the other spiral stairs will be right here up into there, and yeah, that's it. So that kind of covers the plumbing, all the PEX. If I didn't really mention what this foam is that's down here. So this is called Amvic radiant panels, and it's Amvic makes it, and it's called Ampex, and it holds all the PEX down. What's really nice is it just pops right into these. I always say they're kind of like a Lego shaped foam board, and it's nice because it just grabs onto the PEX really tight. No need for staples or anything at all. Everything interlocks completely. So this does count as your insulation and vapor barrier if it's interlocked correctly. So if you do have any gaps or cracks or anything like that, of course, just go ahead and spray foam them. Or areas that you don't have it, just put plastic. We've actually put plastic in our entire footer as well to keep all the moisture out when we pour the concrete. All of our fiberglass rebar and chairs are in there, so that's all been done. So that way the concrete will be completely separated from any vapor that's underneath there. So if you got any questions about this, please feel free, or any comments, love to answer and talk through that stuff with you guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We got tons of videos coming up, tons of past videos to even get to this point, all the site work, all the footer forms and anything. Hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on the next one.